there are three different realities, and for me it's been an amazing experience. And don't know, identity implies being willing to get integrated
in the society you're living in.
Yes, I don't have to be absorbed by it and losing my own self, okay? My personality is still there. But at the same time, I don't know, it's really nice to be open-minded and try to learn.
And China said, we'll buy it from you and we'll do all these other things. And I'm sure that was a major factor for going to war. So it is an example of a resource war. But does it directly fill the coffers that way? No, but it does fit into the model of opportunity.
Sort of long-term security.
Yeah. And right now, I don't know what the expenditure was. I read about 3 weeks ago that the cost was about $200 billion since 2003. I think it was higher than that. But we can look, with this recession going on, if the U.S. budget is 3.4, 3.5, or $3.2 trillion, we can see whatever the Iraq war was and the Afghanistan, it's dwarfed in comparison to these larger economic issues. So again, that argues opportunity cost model, why you'd want to, if not directly control the oil, have indirect control and access to people and companies who guarantee flow of oil. 19th century, early 19th century romantics, the term motherland. Now they didn't know about Melanie Klein or Sigmund Freud or psychoanalysis, but the fact that they used the term motherland, or indeed fatherland in Germany, with a masculine and feminine, does convincingly show that they backtrack to childhood feelings and instinctual feelings from the infant, from one's protector. At least that's what they're saying. Why else would they thought up the term motherland or fatherland? No one asked them.
I mean, those terms could be manufactured by people who have an interest in people feeling a loyalty towards the state.
Right,
It's not
exactly.
difficult to manufacture.
No, but where does that thing come from? Does that show that there are deeper feelings?
That's really good you saw it.
My favourite my big, you know, the sheer one, my big.
Oh, yeah, kind of like chocolatey butter one, yeah. I don't want to eat it, really.
Yeah. So take your time. I did this bar a little bag.
Yeah. I think I'm not hungry right now. I'll work tomorrow.
It's weird. It's like lipstick for your cheeks.
What's that? Just like
Sheen.
Revolution was successful. And that then still goes against the human nature, because you're not going to have a Shangri-La. Marx never was able to describe what kind of utopia a Shangri-La is going to have. And even in communist societies, there are plenty of wars within the communist societies themselves. And the Soviet Union and the China, two communist giants, did go to war with each other in 1969. Fortunately, it's just a border skirmish war, but it could have been a much larger war. So I think that tends to throw cold water on some of what Marx is saying, that even when world revolution covers the whole world, that there won't be war anymore. That, so his theory was destroyed on that. But he was right about the class divisions.
I suppose what you might miss in that analysis was that actually a communist society like the Soviet Union actually had a de facto bourgeoisie, like had exactly what Marx would have described as a bourgeoisie.
Yeah,
you know,
they had their Berioska shops where the political commissars get special benefits.
Same as Maoist China.
That's true. So it didn't yet work itself out.
Yeah.
Can I talk just about a couple of other theories for war? And these are pragmatic ones. I want to talk about the demographic theory. because this is interesting, and it's an example of how people, even in the Middle Ages, or some point much earlier in time, without the benefit of the particular philosophers or theorists who thought up or crystallized the ideas centuries later, were still saying the same thing. One more reason that we have war, the theory is the demographic theory by Thomas Malthus. He thought of the Malthusian theory for war, demography. That when you have a large population boom, and you have particularly men that don't know what to do, can't find a particular place in society, there's either unemployment, there are other dysfunctions in society, that there's a greater tendency to violence, which makes sense. That Thomas Malthus, who was saying this in the early 19th century, was talking about the greater the population and the scarcer the resources. Sorry, Mr. Cat.
I think you agree.
That the greater the population and scarce the resources, it's almost like a pressure cooker, Boyle's gas law. You know, in chemistry or in school, you learn about the molecules compressed in a smaller space. It's greater for explosion. Either clumping as a form of conquest, or breaking apart as a form of fracturing. But in either case, it generates heat and friction, which is analogous to war. So the molecules in a condensed space, right? That's almost what Malthus is saying, that the greater the population and the scarcer the resources, the greater likelihood for either implosion or explosion. Now, Pope Urban II, when he made a call for the Crusades, the first Crusade in 1095, what he said was to the young men and princes and kings of Europe is, and he said it almost the way Malthus would have said it. He said, rather than wage war against yourself with civil strife and fighting in a small confined space of Western Europe, and fighting for resources and fighting each other and expending energy against each other and all sorts of civil strife, and he used the word civil strife, why not look to the east and wage war against the barbarian or the infidel and fight for the holy territories? Okay? But what he was really articulating was the Malthusian rationale for why there was a war. He didn't know about Malthus.
And that's actually a hand of rescue treatment, so it is an intensive.
It is,
And then you can use things around
on a particular journey, but we've covered a lot of considering that's probably a lot of ground. I mean, was is anybody going to else see any thoughts?
Yeah, we ended up not talking about free will, but apparently there was something more important.
Yeah.
In favour of evolution, he labelled, in general, Christian people, they are intellectually lazy. What did he mean by that? Because scientists, they spending, using their brain cells, they spend so much money in investigation and trying to prove creation, evolution is the right thing. And I really agree with them. They try to use their intelligence the best way as possible, whereas most of the Christians are lazy. And I agree with him. And for example, these conferences, they kind of prove we need to change. We need to shift, and there is a different paradigm, and we need to become more active and try to argue on an intellectual and intelligent way to understand there are other alternative ways of thinking and understanding the origins of this world, and try to brainwash me in order to give me a good reason to comply with certain rules, because you're talking to the wrong person. You need to come up with something else. You need to maybe explain me there is some kind of quality of life behind it, you see. I need to see a reward and a reason to do it. I don't follow things blindly. So I believe people who project that old-fashioned way of being religious, they are responsible for that, and in that particular context, yes, you're right about calling sometimes religion old-fashioned. I agree with you.
One of my students has gone out and maybe
Amazing that you came and you didn't know what it was. You're really brave. I know.
I've got to go out tomorrow.
That's cool, man. Thanks just for coming.
No, I just really wanted to see.
Yeah.
I'd ask them.